So when I think of the craziest story, I think of when we used to steal our parents' cars.
I've gotten to see you from literally started at the bottom, now we're here.
Some Drake stuff, dude.
Yeah, I mean, just, I've hung out with you almost every day my entire life.
And I was like, man, I could never do that, dude. Like, moving is just something that I could never do. That's gotta suck so bad. And here I am owning a moving company. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Making Moves podcast. I'm Austin Hendrix, and today we're going to be interviewing my best friend, long time. We've known each other for about 20 years, and he's also now an employee of mine. And we're going to talk about where I came from, where I've been, and where we're going. Thank you guys for watching, and give us a like, follow, and a share, and continue to follow our journey. So today, I've got my guest, Caleb Beckwood. He's my long-time best friend, and we've known each other for about 20 years now. And he lived in Hawaii for a while, and he came out here to be a part of this journey that we're on. And just want to thank you for coming on, Caleb. I appreciate you being here, brother, and want to talk about some of the things that we've been through in the past, some of our crazy times, but keeping it PG a little bit.
Yes,
but also talk about some of the growth that you've seen in me, some of the things that you've seen from an outside perspective of what I've built here, and hopefully where we're going to be going to. And I'm glad you're a part of the journey, brother, and I'm glad to have you on the podcast today, man. So let's bring it back a little bit to our past, where we first met. I think it was 7th grade in
Toano Middle School.
Toano Middle School. What was her name? What was Miss Parker? Miss Parker's
math class. Yeah,
Yes,
that's right.
yes.
That's right.
Yeah, she was a great teacher, good-looking teacher.
Spent very beautiful. Spent a lot of time in detention together.
Yeah.
Lunch detention.
Yep. In school suspension, all kinds of stuff like that. So, man, we've been through it, brother. I'm glad to have you here, man, and what a journey it's been, bro. So
watching everything that I've been able to see since I've been here, and spending my entire life with you and whatnot. I mean, I've gotten to see you from literally started at the bottom, now we're here.
Some Drake stuff, dude.
Yeah, I mean, just I've hung out with you almost every day my entire life, and just to see the wheels turning in your head, and like the things that you're trying to figure out and problem solve and stuff, whether it be taxes or interest rates, and dang, I shouldn't have bought a house then. I wish I'd held off, and it's amazing seeing you grow and figure out all that stuff on the fly and on the go, and none of that was on our mind 20 years ago.
No, man, for sure. So just to give a little backstory about who we are. I know I said we met in 7th grade, and we've been, like you said, we've been hanging out every day with Nate and all of our friends back home, PM4L. Like, it's been quite a journey, man. And some of the things that we went through, like we were involved with a lot of partying, a lot of bad influences around us. A lot of people unfortunately died, and we've seen a lot of stuff for the amount of years, 33 years that we've been alive. So what is one of the craziest stories that we can mention on the podcast that we went through when we were younger? That could bring us back to where we are now. Like,
okay, PG.
I mean, you keep it kind of, it's okay. It's just a podcast.
I mean, I think one of like the memories that sticks out heavy in my head, and I just can see it crystal clear in my head, is us just huffing it through the snow in the woods. Completely forgot that dang dryer that my dad told me to get rid of, we put on the train tracks.
And just waited for the train to just rock it, dude.
Never came. 2 hours we waited, and like, screw this. We're moving forward, moving on. And so we completely forgot about it, and we're just, all you hear is our breath.
Yeah.
And us just shuffling through the snow, and hear the train, and then out of nowhere, what? And we all stopped dead in our tracks and just fell in like 4 feet of snow, just cracking up.
We were probably like, maybe freshman in high school at that point. Yeah. That wasn't the snow story that I was anticipating you telling.
So PG.
PG.
It was not a passenger train, right?
So when I think of the craziest story, I think of when we used to steal our parents' cars.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah, we used to steal our parents' cars all the time and joyride around town and go to different places, go to friends' houses and stuff like that, pick all of us up and
bad
joyride.
Influences?
Yeah, bad influences.
I was stealing the car to see my girl, and then it turned into,
come pick me up.
you come out here, bro. It's only like 10 miles more.
Yeah. So, and how I would relate that back to moving would probably be like the driving that I've done in moving, like all of the, like my love of driving became so, when I was so young that when I first was able, it was freedom, dude. It was freedom, man. And so when I first became a mover, at the old company that I used to work at, my first road trip out of state was just like, oh man, like no bosses, nobody to answer to us. Like we just handle this stuff on our own and we get it done and we get to go out to eat, get some beers afterwards and stuff like that. And it was
hanging out.
Yeah, it just felt like kind of like hanging out instead of like working. And so that's kind of where I was hoping that you were going to say that, but the snow story is also funny too. I
can tell another one if we got to edit that one out.
No. So in your moving journey since you've been here in Florida, we'll circle back to a little bit earlier, but since you've been in here in Florida, what is like your favorite part about moving?
The shit talking.
Yeah, on the job, the shit talking between the guys.
Boys, as soon as they hit the warehouse, they're already on each other. And it's
talking trash.
It's
man.
just
the camaraderie.
Hell yeah. I love it, man. It's like being in the locker room, not minus the vulgar locker room talk, to an extent.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
At the warehouse, we're vulgar, but at the job site, we're clean cut.
Absolutely.
We're making things happen.
Like a sailor. I remember one time you had some guy and he doesn't work anymore, but I had to like look at him, hey, bro. No.
Yeah, and if you're saying that to somebody, we got an issue, dude.
Yeah.
And those are the kind of things that that's what I always was kind of hooked about it, man. It was like those people were like movers are just like kind of my people, from the past that we've came from and the things that we've done, the things that we've done and stuff like that. Like I've always like looked at it as like, I could easily be like friends with all of these people for the most part. And that's kind of what got me hooked with it. And
you were basically moving back in Williamsburg. You worked for Cheyenne Rugs.
In and
out of people's houses.
Yep.
Taking measurements, dealing with customer service face to face.
Yep. That's kind of where
driving.
It's kind of where the customer service part came from, and that's where I started like my actual moving journey too. Was like because I would have to like move the rugs out from furniture, so I'd have to like move the furniture out,
make a mistake,
roll
like
the rug
on the
up,
floor, and you're like, I'm not going to happen again.
Pete's gonna get on my case. Yeah, man. So that's kind of where it all started for me with like the actual moving thing. I remember one time. Me and Pete were on a job, picking up a rug job, and we saw some movers. And I was like, man, I could never do that, dude. Like moving is just something that I could never do. That's gotta suck so bad. And here I am owning a moving company, 12 years into my moving journey, and it's like I don't think I could do anything else, dude. Like this is it, because I went to welding school, I did that whole thing, and got joined up with some other kind of bad guys, and those were not my people for sure. Those were the people that I escaped from Virginia, where we're originally from. And so I was always curious about like what drew you to moving, because you're a bartender as well. And I know that what drew me to moving was like the freedom, going out of state, stuff like that. That was always like the joyous part, but like the camaraderie between the guys was always like what really kind of held me on. And especially at the old company that I worked at, like I was kind of like the lead guy there. So like I felt like a boss, even though I was like very boss. Felt like a boss, even though I was like very not so. But
I mean, but that confidence got you here.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
Whether it was delusional at the time.
Very delusional in the moment, for sure, no doubt.
What drew me to moving? I mean, do you remember when you started working for the moving company here? Because you were like, or started to. Like, I'm not going to do the welding. I'm going back to the moving company, blah, blah, blah. I started working for a moving company in San Diego.
Oh, I forgot you did that.
Yeah, man. Not as sophisticated as you guys. We didn't have any ramps, that's for dang sure.
Yeah.
Or lift gates, I mean.
In San Diego, too, it's all hills and stairs and all kinds of stuff like that, too. Yeah. And so it's a lot different moving, man. And I think that's one of the things that, like, I've always told myself of like moving in Florida, especially Central Florida, like not at the coast. There's not a ton of stairs, dude. Everything's like built on slabs
There's
and
also
stuff.
no air.
Yeah. There's no breeze for
Stifling.
sure. For sure. We're in the swamp, no doubt, dude.
But I got that job. I just got to San Diego and I was looking for a job, and I think I was following up on resumes. Stopped at this little coffee stand called Cafe Bella. Had like a pink shirt, pink button down, and some loafers on. And this guy was sitting there, and he's like, "Oh, what are you looking so spiffy for?" And I was like, "Just following up on some resumes." And he's like, "You want a job? I can get you a job right now." And I was like, "Yeah, doing what?"
Sounds like a moving company
Now,
owner.
keep in mind, yesterday I was longboarding through the neighborhood, tried to bomb a hill, ate shit, broke my foot. This dude looks at me, he's like, "Yeah, I can get a job right now." "Oh, okay, yeah, sure." He's like, "Can you work tomorrow?" "Yeah, what is it?" "I work for a moving company. Can you lift up heavy packages?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course."
With a broke foot.
Yeah. And, I couldn't pass that up. And, I loved it. I think I told you, I talked to you a few times while I was doing it. I loved it. It was, I lost my touch a little bit since I've been out of commission, but I used to pack the truck.
Yeah.
I was trusted to pack the truck. I can do
not at my
Tetris.
company.
But I loved it, man. I loved going into different neighborhoods, getting to see. I'm one of those people during Christmas. I'm gonna drive around and see the Christmas lights.
Right.
By my damn self if I have to.
Yeah.
So I love seeing the different neighborhoods. I love talking with random people. I love being invited into a stranger's home and like tackling that challenge of making them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
With
You're really good at that, doing that too, dude. Like your customer service, like that's why you're such a good bartender too. Is like your customer service is like so on point, and like going back to like our conversation this morning about Dana, like her reaching out to you directly and saying like you did such a good job with my mom on her assisted living move to memory care, like that just like goes to show you like how truly you are, like how good you are at customer service, and like the care that comes with it too. Yeah, sure. The care that comes with it too. And like, I think that that's a huge part of moving that a lot of people don't really understand is like when you're in a job and when you're on a job and in a person's house and stuff like that, like they need to trust you because like you're dealing with like a lot of their personal stuff and packing their personal items and stuff like that. So like
there's no room for silence.
Right. They're building that trust is like a huge thing with moving. And that's really what I've tried to set apart with my guys and my company is that like building the trust, especially with seniors, is like such a big deal, man. Like especially these people, I feel like a broken record when I say this. These people have been in their homes for 25, 30 years and they are finally moving out and a lot of times being forced out by their kids and they have to sell the real estate and it's a super sad situation. And, I know you so well and I know that compassion is there and stuff like that. So I always felt like even when you were in San Diego and you did the moving company, I was like, dude, like, that's a job for you, man. Like I have felt so much like reward from doing this kind of stuff here. Like I know that you will too. And moving out there is a lot different, like we already talked about. Absolutely. But it is once you're here and like because we're dealing with a ton of seniors and stuff like that, it's like it is really rewarding to like help a person out and like really give them that like satisfaction of like getting a move done correctly instead of like a bunch of like shitheads showing up to the job smoking cigs like. Vaping,
I smoke cigs, and I don't ever smoke cigs on the job.
Exactly.
I leave that at home.
Exactly. And I think that that's what really sets us apart as Florida moving pros. And I'm glad that you don't smoke cigs on the job. I appreciate you listening to me that. And but yeah, man, I always loved moving and the camaraderie that came with it and stuff like that. So I knew that you would too.
Yeah. You said gratification just from doing the job. There's one job in particular that I did for you, and this lady, she was losing her wig, dude. I mean, she was freaking out, talking about your mother had been abused, all that nonsense, all the terrible things, right?
Right.
And she had way too much stuff. I'm talking like we started putting stuff in another
status.
in another unit, and she had 3 units.
Yeah.
And she went to leave. She's like, "Hey, can I please run out and go get my mother, blah, blah, blah." And so while we were sitting there, I was like, "Man, like, just make her bed real quick." And so she comes in, like, in the middle of, like, at the tail end of us making her bed, and she cried. And I was just like, "You dang wimp. No, I'm just kidding. It warmed my heart, man. It really made me feel good, and it was it was so small, so minuscule,
right?
But it meant the world to her because she was having such a crap day.
Yeah, yeah. When a lot of times, especially, dude, like the memory care people, like they've waited so long to put their parents in these places, and like it's like the worst scenario for the person going into this home because now they're leaving their home, their comfortability, they're there every day, they have their cabinets full of food, candy, whatever snacks they have, and stuff like that. Their favorite junk drawer, stuff like that, and like it's crazy, like how attached that to people that kind of stuff is, or attached to those things people are, and it's crazy when you get them into a place and you try to set it up as much as home as you can, but like we're only bringing certain items. We're only bringing a bedroom set and maybe a love seat or something like that. So
and the dang floor looks like a hospital floor.
To go that far and to be able to like make the bed for somebody or maybe get something high off a shelf or something like that, and just like go that extra mile. I've always found the reward in that too, and it's a lot of people don't really see that side of it. So I knew that when bringing you here that you would get to see that part of it and see the joy that comes with it too. And it's obviously it's hard work, it's moving, dude, but there is some like really, really nice parts to it, and like it doesn't always suck, and we always have that camaraderie that makes the job better, that makes the day go by better. And then you get, when you're laughing, having a good time like that, you get good tips at the end of the day. Like, absolutely. And so like they feel so specially cared for that they're going to give you money at the end of it and like be able to like reward you in that sense with financially, but also as a mover, you're rewarded just through the gratefulness of that person, like feeling that way,
You're rewarded the second you see that wall.
Right. That wall of boxes. Yes, dude. Yes. The wall. So some of the things that we did when we were younger, we hustled hard, man. Like we, through our jobs, through our restaurants journeys that we had, working at Greenleaf and working at other restaurants and stuff like that. So we've worked together for years, and when you finally came down here, you finally listened to me. I knew it was going to be a good time, man, and I'm glad you're here, brother. And it's been a fun ride, dude.
I've been enjoying myself. I appreciate you bringing me out.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And so another thing I wanted to kind of touch base on was like the barely used, the thrift furniture that we have, and like how I've kind of established this new business that I've got to kind of with this thrift furniture that I've been acquired through moving and stuff like that. And
I think I need that.
So well, yeah, no, we got to keep that. Let me take a picture of it on eBay, see what that sells for. And so what I want to ask you is like, did you ever expect me to do anything like this when we were younger? Like, did you ever expect me to be a business owner or like be like, not that I'm saying I'm like any kind of successful, but like we've had a pretty successful run, dude. Like
you're doing well, man. And like we were dang little hellions and whatnot. You know, of course. But no, did I ever doubt that you weren't gonna do something? No. There's a reason you hustled hard when you were young. You know. I'm pretty sure you were the one that bought your own rims, right? Bought your car.
Those white rims, those 17-inch white rims on my 92 Honda Accord.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You helped out with bills around the house, man. You did anything you could to keep your mom at peace. I never had any doubt. Yeah. But so to see what I see.
Let me give some preference now on what you're talking about. So a lot of people, you guys don't really know too much about me. So I'll give you a little bit of backstory. My brother died when I was 16 in a car accident, and Caleb and a bunch of other people, that's the PM4L that's on my back, but also in our hearts as well, man. And that these guys became my brothers, and they really helped me through a really tough time of my life. And, even when I told them to go away and leave me alone and stuff like that, they were persistent
lay right on the couch.
On being there with me and helping me through this crazy time, because my parents were obviously going through their own grief and couldn't be there for me as much. So I'm still eternally grateful for all the friends that we've had that are still here today that helped me through those tough times, man. And you being specifically, you were always staying at the house with us, and You never really wanted to leave my side, and it annoyed the shit out of me at the time. But man, I love you for it, brother, and I don't tell you enough, man, how much I really do appreciate it. So to going back to helping my mom out and stuff like that, like that's kind of what Caleb was talking about in that kind of scenario is, you know, we were struggling. You know, my parents had just went through a divorce. My brother had died, and my mom let the house foreclose, and you know, it was just things that happened, man, just one after another. And now on the other end of it, it's things that that have helped me grow to this point, dude. That made me persevere and helped me go through these things to get to where I'm at now. And to have it full circle, you coming back and blowing me up on a daily basis, like, yo, what are you doing? Can I come hang out with you? I'm not working today, you know, like. I really do love that shit, even though that, like, you know, I blow you off sometimes just because I'm busy and stuff like that. And I know you understand. I know it's not, you don't take it personal. Stay persistent, dude. Stay persistent just like you did back in the day, man.
Hey, 10 no's and 1 yes is still a yes.
Yes, exactly, dude, exactly. And so let's get back to the furniture a little bit on Barely Used. So we do a lot of...
You want me to answer your question, though?
Sure.
Did I ever foresee you doing all this?
Yeah.
You wanna know why I love that you're doing this podcast? Because I know you hate talking.
Yes, dude. Yeah.
Absolutely. I was like, I can't wait to just pick his brain about how everything is progressing, because I know he's sitting there in his head saying, like, what do they say to picture yourself in your underwear, right? Why am I wearing a thong? But I love seeing you grow into, because you never weren't this person. You just were comfortable being yourself around us because we're brothers and shit. You know, we have a family and whatnot. But you were always this person, man. You didn't go to rich people's houses and go take their $50,000 rugs out of their house without being a little chatty Cathy.
Right.
You know, so.
And Seth gets on me all the time about like how I repeat that story on a regular basis, dude. And like, but it's so funny because back then I never really like thought that knowledge was going to take me anywhere. But like when I walk into like a $1 million home or something like that, and I'm like, oh, that's a nice rug, and I start talking about it, they're like,
it's a conversation.
How do you even know this stuff, dude? And like it's so funny how like it's brought me back to rugs, even though I'm not dealing with rugs anymore. And like
you're dealing with the inside of somebody's home,
right?
And like the fact that
and those are like assets to people. Like those are things that appreciate over time. And
you're the business owner.
Yeah.
So if you walking in, you're like, oh man, what blah blah blah, and they're like, all right, can I get a second card?
Yeah. Yeah. So to the furniture, you know, I talked about a rug on one of the podcasts that I found on a move, and it was a storage unit that had been closed out or something like that, and the storage unit had hired the moving company that I worked for to go to this storage unit and clean it out. And I found this rug, and they were just gonna toss it.
Yeah, your junk removal rug.
Yeah. And I got $1,500, $1,400 for that rug or something like that. Yeah. And like, so now like I use all of that stuff for all my knowledge of furniture over the years of like what things are worth and stuff like that. And now I use it not only with rugs, but with like couches and chairs and you know, lift chairs, especially with seniors. Like really try to sell that stuff for super cheap for seniors to give them the opportunity, especially the lower income seniors that are moving into the lower income facilities.
You're plugged into that.
Yeah, I mean
as far as your Barely Used stuff, I know that you had been selling furniture online and whatnot, and you kept kicking yourself in the butt trying to like, I need to get this dialed in. And I think like 2.5 weeks ago, you were talking about like, dude, I need to get my head out of my and dial this in. And literally the next week I saw you just like mic dropped like, oh yeah, so Barely Used, blah blah blah, and all I did was help rearrange one storage unit. You have like what, 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. You dial that like real quick.
Yeah. And I think the next step with that is probably like a storefront where I have like you know, one of my guys, Jared's wife in the store. She's gonna be running the store, doing inventory and stuff like that. That actually just got brought up to me the other day. So Jared, if you see this, Jalinda's gonna be the shop manager. Yeah, so like that's the next goal is to like get a storefront, set it all up nice. We got a ton of decor that we've like accumulated over the years, and decor that we've accumulated over the years. And, so we'll have pictures and lamps and all kinds of stuff like that to be able to like set the room, set the scene of like a thrift store kind of thing. And
You still thinking like a mechanic's garage?
no, I mean, that would be cool to be able to like open up the garage door and stuff like that. But like, yeah, I mean, that would be legit, especially for like moving the stuff out. But like, I'm just thinking of like something that I can like do like $2,500 a month for, something like that. Like, it'll end up being $3,000 after utilities and stuff like that. And it's whatever. But I want to build up enough capital where I can pay that like 6 months in advance so that I'm not like scrounging around trying to make ends meet and stuff
Absolutely.
like that. And but once I do that, man, like it's really, I feel like the thrift store is gonna really take off, man. And it's been a big money maker for me so far, and Seth as well. And I try to sell furniture. I mean, we get it all for free, so it's like I try to sell it for like a super good price so that the furniture moves.
Absolutely.
I just don't have the time and the space to like list it all in one place as like a garage sale, or hey, this is a new thrift store. It's all in storage units right now, stacked up high. So I have to like, anytime I go in there, I have to like dig it out, and like it's just like a pain in the ass.
Dude,
so
don't worry, I got you. I'll take that sofa today.
yeah. We're gonna do that, I promise. But
So I have a question.
What's up?
Like you had that grandfather clock the other week.
Sold.
And, yeah, I remember. But you were like, man, who the heck's going to want to buy a grandfather clock?
Bro, talked me down on it too. Hated that.
Sucker.
Yeah.
No, like, are you gonna toy with the idea of like doing like auctions? I guess when you acquire something nice like that.
Maybe. There's been some other moving companies that have done like they have like an auction house as well as their moving company, so they do all that free furniture and they put it up at auction. It's definitely something that I've thought about doing, but I like the idea of the thrift store better, just because like.
Well, I meant like out of the thrift store and
I guess you could do like weekend auctions or like weekend yard sales or something like that, and like price everything super low and like give everybody a bag for like smalls and be like $20 all you could fill, and like just take whatever, take all the valuables off the shelves and like put everything that's like knickknacks, lamps, pictures, stuff like that out on the table, and be like $20 a bag, all you can grab. Fill up your bag, and that's $20.
Well, I was thinking more like, I guess along the lines of like, because the grandfather clock's nice, right?
Yeah.
So you go collect a couple like those nice items and stuff. Like, I don't know how it benefits him. Again, he's the one that had to change his whole mindset because he's boss man now. So I don't know how it would benefit your business doing an auction that somehow, I don't know how you finagle it to raise some kind of money. Because I know you sponsored a gym to help buy equipment for the wrestling program.
Shout out Birdhouse. Yep.
For what high school?
Forest High School.
Yeah, I was telling Shmi about that earlier. She's like, what high school? I didn't go to high school here.
Yeah.
But I was, I don't know how that would work, but I thought about that grandfather clock, because I had mentioned what I had mentioned on the phone. And I was like, I wonder like how that would benefit. And you do like a little auction with some of the nicer items that you collect and how that would benefit you. And I was wondering if that was something you were thinking about doing.
I've definitely thought about it, man. And like the sponsoring of the gym and stuff like that. Like I love doing that kind of stuff. And I originally sponsored, not to not answer your question, but I originally sponsored the gym just to like try to find guys, and I ended up finding like a couple of good solid guys from it. But like it turned out okay, and that one guy that I'm specifically talking about ended up costing me about $1,500 in damage to a building. But yeah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's you take some wins, you take some losses, and it happens.
The
but
biggest thing with that was what your money went towards.
Right.
I mean, I was telling Shmi yesterday. I was like, it's super enjoyable for me to see what you're doing within this community. You're not from here, and you in 2015 decided to move away from home, give all of us the finger, dip out, and come here and establish yourself here, and to see what you've done with that opportunity, and to see how you're not from this community, and now you're in a position where you're giving back to a community you didn't grow up in.
Right.
And hey, I knew you were gonna do something special, but I knew you're gonna be like,
Yeah. And
Santa Claus.
I'm a part of like the chamber and stuff in town too. So like we do like a lot of ribbon cuttings and stuff like that, and like it just really like intertwines me within the community. And like even myself, dude, back then you would have told me I would have been doing this. Like if somebody could like see the future, I would have been like, no chance.
Yeah, I could see you owning a business, but not being friendly.
Right. Yeah, and I think that the growth, man, has just been insane, dude. Like I look back at like the way that I used to think and the way that I used to even look too. Like I was really heavy set and you know, never really thought of myself as like somebody that was going to be a professional in any kind of like scenario. So yeah, it's just it's a crazy turn of events that I'm here now and you're actually here with me too, which is like bonkers to me, dude.
Yeah,
like,
you know how many times I canceled that dang plane ticket?
Yeah, I actually remember the one time you were like, "Yeah, I missed the plane" or something like that, and I was like, "He's not." I looked at Taylor. I was like, "He's not coming, dude."
Like, he didn't miss that plane.
Yeah,
he just didn't go.
yeah. And I mean, dude, you were living in Hawaii at the time, so like that.
Yeah.
I mean, what a hike, dude! Like, I was just in Cabo this past weekend, and I'm like, that's like essentially like
That's the other side of the world.
It's still it's less than Hawaii, but like what a hike, dude!
Yeah.
Like.
I was looking at where you're at on the map, and I was like, you're as far away from San Diego as you can be in Baja California.
Yeah,
yeah,
dude. Yeah, and it was an amazing time too out there, and the whole time I was out there, I was like, this is like the weather that he left.
Yeah,
and I was like,
perfect.
It's perfect, dude. It's perfect.
You'd wear what you're wearing right now, or throw a long sleeve shirt on. Keep a hoodie with you because by the end of the night, that ocean breeze is going to be real chilly.
Yeah, and it was too. I remember me and Taylor were at dinner, and she was like, I need like a shawl or something. And I was like, a shawl, girl? We're in Mexico.
Hey, perfect city to be like, oh, lady, I got you.
Dude, and right after she said that too, one of the waitresses came up with a blanket right behind her. I was like, can't even get more perfect than that, dude. Like
you don't know what the weather's like out here.
Yeah. So to wrap it up a little bit, I want to talk about where we're going, man, and I want you there with me just as always. And
back to Hawaii.
Back to Hawaii. I'm out of here, dude. Screw you. And I think that where we're going is insane, and I'm just super stoked to see what the future actually holds for us, man. And me and Seth, we really hustle, and we're having you and Jared and David and Nick and Quaid, like all the main crew with us, man. Like it's so like special to me, man.
Can I comment on that?
Sure.
Your team is flawless. It's like the camaraderie, the work ethic. You know, like when I work with certain people, I know who's like good at delegating stuff. Like if I work with KJ.
KJ, doing his thing. I didn't mention KJ. Sorry,
if he's doing his thing, I'm doing, but like, other people will be like, hey, what are you doing there? Hey, why don't you take care of this real quick first because I kind of want to get this done, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, say less. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And I just love, they're always on point. You know, they might do a little, sometimes. And,
little crybabies.
Well, but at least they got something to cry about. I hate when I hear service cry. I'm like, we're just carrying food and drinks, right?
Yeah. With us, we're carrying boxes, furniture, safes, pianos, hot tubs. We're in a hot box truck in the middle of the swamp. Like, it's crazy,
old
man.
ladies trying to feed us dry cookies.
Pizza. Making us weigh 100 pounds while we're on the move.
You guys want some snacks? Every snack thing in her pantry on the table.
And we're in the midsummer right now, too, so it's going to get... Or not even in summer yet. We're still at the end of spring, and it's going to get hot, man. It's going to get hot. And this is the most busy time of year here. So, but to circle back just a little bit, where do you see Florida Moving Pros and Barely Used? Like, where do you see this company going? Like, from what you've seen now and from what you know about me and my ambitions, because you're my, my guy, so I talk to you about all that kind of stuff about dreams and stuff like that. So where do you see it all going? Do you see storage? Do you see all kinds of stuff like that?
As far as like investments, actually, you're not gonna talk yourself out of getting a storefront. So that's in there.
Yeah,
that's in there.
Yeah, I said storage, but yes, a storefront too.
But I could totally see you getting into storage. I know definitely you're not gonna be satisfied. I mean. Old Red, she did her job. She did her job, but it's time to bury her. So I know you're gonna definitely upgrade your trucks, and so you'll probably have. I could see you in a couple of years having 4 trucks wrapped, and if I get lucky, this is a little selfish talk here. you revisit the idea of branching out to one of the beach communities because
That's where I was hoping that you would
I'm
go
a
with the
cheap
question.
dad. I'm a cheap date.
Yeah,
So, you know,
yeah,
it doesn't take much to get
Yeah.
me through the night. So I'd be more than happy to be on the ground floor out there running.
Yeah, absolutely. Be lead crew guy and,
Yeah.
you know, running operations possibly. I mean, the future is bright for all of us, man. And I'm all about promoting within. And that's why Seth is in the position that he's in right now. And that's why Jared's about to be in the position that he's in right now. And, you know, the core group that we have, man, like it's so special, dude, that I don't want anybody to go anywhere, but I understand everybody else has their ambitions as well. And so I'm glad that you said the beach communities, because that's something that I wanted to talk about. And we'll end up talking about more in other podcasts and stuff like that. But like Jack's Beach is like one of my favorite places. My brother-in-law, my sister-in-law are there. And, you know, me and Duncan are really close. And
Dude, that's super cool, man. If only I had a best friend to take me to the beach.
And dude, I think that Florida Moving Pros can be all over the state of Florida. And, you know, people ask me all the time back home, realtors ask me all the time, like, when are you going to start a Virginia moving company? And I'm like, Virginia Moving Pros sounds kind of sick, dude.
Don't think I didn't hear that when we were in Virginia last. I was like, this guy's getting the bug.
Yeah, dude, I got a bug for sure, man. I'm just trying to perfect our SOPs here, our systems and processes, and really try to hone in on everything and perfect it here before I really try to branch out to other communities. Because when you go to like big cities like Jacksonville or Tampa or Naples and stuff like that, it's a lot of people, man. It's a lot of logistics, you know, a lot of maintenance on the trucks. And so I got to get the systems in here so that I can branch out to those other places and feel comfortable with it, and put my guys in place that I can trust. And so I'm glad that you said that, because I forgot to mention it. So I'm glad that it got brought up. And yeah, man, I'm stoked for the future. I'm stoked that you're here, bro. Stoked that you're on my podcast, like that I even have a podcast, bro. Like it's.
Can I give you a compliment? Pay you a compliment?
Sure. Nah, you can't give me a compliment.
Good, because this was actually an insult. No, I think you're doing a really, really admirable job learning on the fly how to be a business owner. Like I see the way you work with Seth, and you've talked to me about, you know, you talk to me and stuff, and I hear I listen to everything you say, every word, man. Even if I got a dumb look on my face.
Which is all the time.
I really think that you're doing a good job learning how to be not just a leader, but an owner, and that entails nurturing and fine tuning your employees and the culture that you're creating. So I think you're doing an admirable job for a big old dummy like yourself.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for coming on today, man. And let's go get this stupid couch. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate the likes, the follows, the love that everybody's been giving me in the community. If you guys please give us a like, share, follow. We'll see you next time. Thanks.